put the seat back in the Odyssey, Prodigy alone, mama wanna suck in the swallow me, whack ties.
Welcome to the check-in report. Let me hit the bell real quick. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. Am I a little laggy? We're here to talk tonight. We're here to have an open discussion tonight. Shout out to the open discussion. We're here to have an open discussion. Today's topic is the difference between black women and black females. It's a difference. We're here to talk about it. We're here to unpack it. Now, but before we start the show, before we get into all the topics, let me say first and foremost, this is not a show to kick in the backs of black women. This is not a show designed to throw dirt on the names of black women. Okay? This is an open panel discussion. This is a place where we're having discussions and dialogue. And as a community, I'm a black man, a part of the FBA community. I am here to have a discussion, have an open panel. I want black women to come in here and voice their opinions. Okay? And let me say right off the bat, until as we go on into this story or go on into this whole thing and this whole discussion, there is a difference between a black man and a black male. Every male isn't a man, just like every female isn't a woman. Wow. Let me hit that wacky one.
Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
And we're here to talk about it. We're here to walk this thing through. We're here to talk about this thing as we're coming into the building. Now, I don't know how many of you know this brother. He goes by the name of Shaka Atmos. He is a Kemetic priest. Normally you'll see him like on the House of Consciousness. If any of you guys know about Sinetta TV, Sinetta, he's been doing his work in the conscious community for so long. He's been doing his thing, just putting his Mac down, and he properly showcases one of these men right here, and the name Jabari is also there. Shout out to Jabari. I like Jabari. He's also on that picture. I'm kind of cutting him off with my frame, but Shaka Utmost, man, he's properly shown on the Conscious Network, where he talks about Egyptology and ancient Kemet. But he did a video on Sinetta's platform where he was talking about the difference between black women and black females. And I thought that this was a very great conversation. The things he was saying, the things that he was conveying, I thought, a lot of them held truth. A lot of it came home for me. A lot of it made sense for me. And I want to, share this with you and have an open dialogue discussion about this. Is there a difference between black women and black females? Has there been a rift? Chris Rock, he infamously, he made the joke about there's a difference between black people and niggas. There's a difference between it. Is there a difference between black women and black females? Because, listen, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Sexy Red is not a Coretta Scott King. I'm sorry. Sexy Red is not a Coretta Scott King. Okay? No disrespect. Meg Thee Stallion is not a Maya Angelou, okay? And we could go on and on and on and on, about, different females and different women, prominent women, and women and females that have made their mark in this thing called life. But we're here to talk about it. The differences between black women and black female. Are you in a relationship with a black woman, or are you in a relationship with a black female? Are you hurting right now? Do you wish to tell your story? This is a show about that. Now let's get into the video. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get into it. But yeah, this is a video about, black women and black females, the differences, because there is a difference, and it all must be addressed tonight. We have to address this thing tonight in this thing called life. Let's get into it. Let's get the display capture on here. Let's get into this video by Shaka Utmost, where he was talking about the differences between black women and black females. Let's get into it.
Another thing that you will find prevalent in black females, one of their greatest drugs is meism. How this affected me, what's going on with me. I'm sad, I'm happy, right? Me, everything with a meism. And that meism gives them carte blanche to behave anyway.
Let me stop right there. Now, some of this kind of rings home true to me, because I've dealt with women, black women, respectfully, no disrespect to those black women, where I have dealt with these issues, where it became all about them, me, what I want, what I need. It wasn't, when you're in a relationship, it should be, 50-50. You guys should be sharing your wants and your needs. You should be collaborating with each other. Salute to Dr. Strange. I see he's in the building. Salute to Dr. Strange. I see you checked in. Well, the poll is really for black women, Dr. Strange. You don't have to, the poll is really for black women. I want to ask black women that question predominantly. You don't have to be a part of the poll. It's really for black women. But the thing is, I've found myself in situations like this with black women where, and listen, I'm not here to kick in the backs of black women. I'm not here to do that. A lot of the black women that I've dated were beautiful women, great women with great character, loving, caring. But I have dealt with this issue in our community when it comes to black women, where everything becomes about you. It's not about us. It's not about me. It's not about what I want, what I care about, what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. It's all about you. It's all about how you're feeling, what you want, what you're dealing with right now. You don't have time to deal with how I'm feeling, what I want, what's better for, or rather, what's good for the both of us. It becomes all about you. Let's get back into it now, because that ring home true for me.
With no accountability whatsoever.
Now, I have to get into, I had to stop right there, right? He talks about accountability. Let me hit this button for accountability. Accountability is missing in our community. It's missing. Dr. Strange says, all I want to know is, how did he grow that out? The back corner of his head, though. Like, do you got a permit? That's a comedic lock, Dr. Strange. That's a comedic, like, I don't know if you know about you should know about the Kemet community. That's like a Kemet lock. That's like a custom that they do. Like, they keep the lock like that. They just shave one sector of their head. They just leave one sector of their head unshaved. I believe it's called it's called a lock, but I forgot what it's called actually. But yeah, it's just a lock that they did. They shave every other piece of their head, and they just keep the lock. So, but he's from the Kemetic community, you know. We know when we put somebody from the Jewish community up there, you know, and they got the small hat and the head shaved off, you know, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about that. But when you got black brothers that want to do some Kemetic spirituality and go back to the motherland or Egypt and maybe find some type of religion or spirituality, people are puzzled at it, but nobody's puzzled at the Jewish community with the small hats, respectfully. And Dr. Strange said, yes, it becomes all about them. It's like you're a part of their world, but don't have a whole planet of their own too. Exactly. It becomes about them. What I want, what I care about. It's almost like, a lot of, respectfully, black women, they don't have time to care about what a man is going through, what he's dealing with, what the things he wants and what he's dealing with. It becomes all about her. Me. And it comes off very narcissistic. It comes off very selfish. Because a relationship is supposed to be about us. It's about us. It's not about me and it's not about you. It's about us. Us coming together, collaborating, building something, growing something, facilitating something. Us coming together. This relationship is bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's about both of us. But a lot of black women, when they get in these relationships, respectfully, no disrespect. Again, I'm not here to kick in the backs of black women. Salute to Nelly. Nelly's in the building. Reese, are you a black woman or are you a black female? We need to know tonight. What is your spirit animal, Reese? Reese said, I took a vote. The vote is, or do you consider yourself a black woman or a black female, right? And we're going to get into the difference of, both of these things. Salute to Fred. He's in the building. Salute to Fred. I see you in the building. Salute. Nelly's in the building. Salute. Yeah, get them votes in, though. Get those votes in. Let's get back into this video, though. I'm actually going to start it from the top. I see a lot of people coming in now. Let's start from the top again. Let's get it. This is Shaka Utmost. He's explaining the difference between black women and black females. Let's get into it.
Another thing that you will find prevalent in black females, one of their greatest drugs is meism. How this affected me. What's going on with me? I'm sad. I'm happy.
And I agree. Again, I had to stop it again. I agree. A lot of the black women that I've dealt with, and I'm not saying, and I'm not going to generalize every black woman that I've dealt with. I'm not going to generalize them all. I'm not going to say every single black woman that I've dealt with had this issue. I'm not going to say that, because I've dealt with some black women that were selfless, where they didn't think about themselves all the times, and they put others before themselves. So I'm not here to generalize all black women. I'm saying majority of the black women that I have dated, right? And remember, I'm just one person. I don't speak for every black man. The majority of black women that I've dated, this is why this rings home true for me, have dealt with this, where the relationship becomes all about you. Me. It's all about me. It's about how I'm feeling. It's about what I want. It's about what I'm dealing with. Me. And when a relationship is supposed to be a collaborative effort, it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about both of us collaborating, coming together, building something together. But I've dealt with that. Let's get back into the video. Let's get back into it.
Me. Everything with a meism. And that meism gives them carte blanche to behave anyway. With no accountability whatsoever.
And accountability is so important. Let me hit the button for accountability. Accountability is important. When you're in a relationship, everybody should take accountability. Especially the man. Especially the man. The man should take accountability, but the woman needs to take accountability as well. Women have to take accountability for the things that they've done. The attitude, you know, the twerking of the neck, the sucking of the teeth, the finger snapping, the funky attitude. You have to take accountability for all of that. Just like a man had to take accountability for the things that he does. You know, if he's over here, you know, entertaining other chicks, you know, not helping you provide, I mean, not providing for the household, or not even trying to do anything for the household, isn't doing the duties of a man. Have an issue with accountability. They have an issue with it. Let's get back into the video.
The kind of shit that black females do today, black women have never done. Ever. That's why I know we're not dealing with black women. You dealing with a caricature of.
And let's be honest, and it goes back to what I said. I mean, can you compare a sexy red to a Coretta Scott King? Can you really compare? Can you compare? Can you compare? You know, like, you know, these quality women of the past. Quality women. Think about your grandmother that could cook, clean, hold down a household, take care of the babies, change Pampers. Your grandma could damn near fit a flax tire if she wanted to. You can't compare that to these women now. The sexy reds. I see Sinclair's in the building. Salute to Sinclair. I see she's in the building. But what I'm saying is, you can't compare a woman and like a woman like Sexy Red. She is what, you know, represents, you know, the women of today. She represents what the women are today. And I'm saying you can't compare a Sexy Red to like a Coretta Scott King, or like a woman like your grandmother or your great grandmother. You know, them great grandmothers, they was cooking, they was cleaning, they was holding down a household. They were doing the things that they needed to be doing as women, holding down their men, not shaking a tail feather in a video, dotting off, dotting and bobbing, pop locking, riding a jocking. They was holding down them households. They was taking care of them babies. They was cooking, they was cleaning. They was doing the things necessary. And we don't necessarily see those things. We don't necessarily see those things anymore. Those things are not being facilitated anymore. Women are not doing those things. Let's get back into it.
You're dealing with a semblance of. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't dealing with the real thing, the authentic thing. Let me tell you what black women are doing right now. They're taking care of their children.
Exactly.
They are partnering with their men to make sure that their children are going to be exemplary models for the generation coming after.
I have to stop right there. He talking some real stuff right now. He's talking some real stuff right now. Okay? This is what real black women are doing. They are partnering with their men so their children could be exemplary models for tomorrow. They're not running around being single mothers saying, I could be a mother and a father. I don't need no man. I don't need no nigga. They are partnering with their men so their children, their sons, their daughters could be exemplary models for tomorrow. Okay? Let me run that back. I gotta run that back. Let me run that back one more time.
With their men to make the authentic thing. Let me tell you what black women are doing.
Let me tell you what black women are doing today. Let's get into it. He's about to let you know what real black women are doing today.
Right now, they're taking care of their children.
Okay.
They are partnering with their men to make sure that their children are going to be exemplary models for the generation coming after.
Why don't we see black females doing that? We don't see black females respectfully doing that. And listen, there's a difference between a black woman and a black female, okay? If you're not up to speed, just like there's a difference between a black man and a black male. Let me ask you ladies, those ladies, you know, and I'm speaking to the women in here and also the women in the Read broadcast. Would you compare, if you have a good father, if you had a father that you loved, cherished, and he was an honorary man, he was an honorable man, would you compare your father to one of these modern men of today? Would you compare him to these men of today? You would say, hell no. My father was a provider. He loved me. He cared for me. He was an honest gentleman. He treated my mother like a queen. He was the example of everything a man should be. Because he was a man. Not a black male, but a man. And that's what I'm saying here. When you look at your grandmother, you look at your great grandmother and you see how she took care of them babies. You see how she cooked, she cleaned, she stood by her man, held her man down through thick and thin. I'm saying respect to grandma, because she was an honorable woman. She wasn't like these women of today. That's what I'm saying. Nelly says, heck no. Yeah, let's get back into it.
They have taken their L's and they have healed. So they don't hope.
Let me run that back.
They have taken their L's and they have healed.
How many of these black females, respectfully, have taken their L's and have healed? You got black females still saying, F my ex. My ex, he was a hoe ass nigga. He had a little hot dog anyway. Sinclair says, my dad did his own taxes, worked on cars, took us camping, taught us how to read a map, whistle, and woodwork. Exactly. Your father was an honorable man. You wouldn't compare your father to one of these dudes of today. You wouldn't do that. Exactly. I agree with you, Sinclair. You would be like, nah, my father was the example of everything a man should be. Right? And I agree with that. And I'm also saying that, you know, females collectively, and don't get me wrong, there is a difference between black females and black women. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between that. We see more so the black females representing the sexy red types, the Glorilla types, the Megan Thee Stallion types. You know, shaking that stanky booty everywhere, shaking your tail feather, thotting off, having reckless dumpster sex at the clubs and at the bars. That's what the black females are doing today. Thotting off, popping pills, drinking Hennessy and Casamigos every night. That's what the black female populace is doing tonight. We don't see the black women doing that. You know, Nelly says, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Exactly. That was a warning.
Warning, 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 warning.
Hit that notification bell, hit that subscription. But, you know, back to what I was saying, you know, how many black females that you're seeing today have taken their L's and have healed? Mostly when you speak to these, you know, to black females today, they have nothing but vitriol for their exes, for the men that they've dealt with, for the men that they chose, mind you. These are the men that they chose. They chose to lay down with. They chose to have a baby with. They chose to be with, right? Well, while there was other suitors available for them. These are the men that they chose. You hear black females saying, I hate that nigga. They say he got a little Johnson. They say he broke. They have nothing but negative things and they hold on to those things. Up until the point where they bring those same arguments and those same you know, those same bad habits and those same bad spirits, they bring them on into a new relationship. Which is sad. Let's get back into it though. Let's get back into it.
Generation coming after, they have taken their L's and they have healed. So they don't hold lifelong vendettas against people, because that shit is poison.
I agree.
It's poison. It's pollution. When you air your dirty laundry, you are polluting the environment that is consuming it.
Let me stop right there. In reference to, you know, black females, how many times do we see, you know, I mean, like, you know, you're on your Instagram, you're on your Facebook, and you see a post from a black female, respectfully, and they're airing out their baby daddy. They're airing out their boyfriend. They're airing out a family member, a friend. Airing them out. Instead of picking up that phone, calling this person, or text messaging this person, they're airing out their business. My baby daddy, he broke. He ain't give me no money last month. He a broke nigga. How many times have you seen a post like that where you've seen a black female respectfully airing out her boyfriend, airing out her baby daddy, talking about how broke he is? I've seen it on numerous occasions. I've seen it on numerous occasions. Instead of just, you know, holding it down. I mean, a lot of things happen in my life that I want to talk about. Sometimes I want to get on here and start airing out some of my exes. Start talking crazy about them. But sometimes I realize, you know what? You got to be the bigger person. You have to be the better person. You can't just air out your grievances every time. Every time you have an issue with someone, every time things don't go your way, every time you have an argument, you have a bad relationship. Sometimes you need to hold those things down. Sometimes you need to have some respect, some coof, right? Reese says, vote on the poll, please. Exactly. Hit that. Hit. Make sure you're voting there. You know, Sinclair says, it's not my job to change your opinion of someone. I agree. You know, I agree. Yeah, hit that. Let me see. Let me actually see that poll. I'm not looking at that poll. Hold on. I'm not looking at the poll. I don't know why it's not popping up. Let me see. I see the pinned comment, but I don't see the poll. That's weird. That's weird. Let's get back into it though.
The problem with black people, what's one of the problems in the black community? We eat shit. That also includes our social media diet.
I agree.
And don't stop at just what we consume here. That's why you got what? Who's the number one people with diabetes? Who's the number one people with heart problems? Where does all that shit come from? High cholesterol. Where all that shit come from? What we consume. Do you think that it stops with our viewing consumption? It's the same behavior because it's the same appetite at work. You have an appetite for garbage.
And that's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact, you know. Do we as and I'm gonna take some of the onus off of just black females. I'm gonna take the onus off of just black females, and I'm just gonna talk about black people in general. I'm just gonna say, you know, I'm gonna take off the onus on black females right now, and I'm just gonna say black people. Do we have an appetite for garbage? Do we have an appetite for garbage? Think about it. Love and hip hop Atlanta. Things of that nature, just garbage material. Things that are not edifying your spirit, your mental. Do we have an appetite for garbage? You know, fitter fodder, nonsense, drama, baby mama drama, relationship drama. Let's run that back. I gotta run that back one more time. I gotta run that back.
Poison. It's pollution. When you air your dirty laundry, you are polluting the environment that is consuming it. The problem with black people, what's one of the problems in the black community? We eat shit. That also includes our social media diet. It don't stop at just what we consume here.
How many times on social media are we watching nonsense? Garbage. Especially you dudes. Let's be real. Come on, like, cause I'm taking the onus off of women right now. I'm just talking about black people in general, right? But let's talk about you dudes for a second. You're scrolling down our Instagram. You're liking picture after picture after picture of a thought with her ass in the air. What are you doing, man? Picture after picture after picture. Ass picture after ass picture. Twerking. Some thought got her boobs all out. You're liking every picture, every post. Do you have an appetite for garbage? Do you have an appetite for garbage? Or let's say you're a woman. Yeah, and everybody's drama. You're looking at everybody's story. Oh, Tanisha just broke up with her boyfriend. She going in on him. Love and Hip Hop, they just dropped a new post. Jocelyn was beating up Stevie J. Do you have an appetite for garbage? Wow. Do you have an appetite for garbage? Let's get back to
Poison. It's pollution. When you air your dirty laundry, you are polluting the environment that is consuming it. The problem with black people, what's one of the problems in the black community? We eat shit. That also includes our social media diet. It don't stop at just what we consume here. That's why you got what? Who's the number one people with diabetes? Who's the number one people with heart problems? Where does all that shit come from? High cholesterol. Where all that shit come from? What we consume. Do you think that it stops with our viewing consumption? It's the same behavior because it's the same appetite at work. You have an appetite for garbage. Rather than being somewhere and learning about self-development, a business, healing, right? Yeah, healing.
Sinclair says, being mixed, my white cousins support each other's. My black or mixed cousins, if one is doing great, they tell them, you think you're better than us? It's odd. Let me read that one more time. Hold on, let me read that one more time. Sinclair says, being mixed, my white cousins support each other. My black or mixed cousins, if one is doing great, they tell them, you think you're better than us? It's odd. I ain't gonna lie, Sinclair. Do you think, in your opinion, Sinclair, in your opinion, as a mixed woman, and this is a deep conversation, Connor. This is a kind of a deep conversation. Do you think black people, I hate to say this as a black man, as a foundational black man, but do you think we just have something in our DNA that where we just hate on each other, or we just have some type of, you know, argumentative behavior, or you know, it's almost even hard to describe, because he's kind of embellishing on it a little bit, you know, just that appetite for drama, that appetite for garbage, that appetite for contention, you know, instead of being, you know, positive, being loving, caring. Even I feel like this sometimes, because I feel like sometimes, like when, you know, dealing with some of my family members, I felt like this a while ago. One of my family members, they had DM'd me, and I was in the gym, and I'm working out in the gym. One of my family members hit me, and the first thing they did was laugh at me working out in the gym. And I'm just like, why are you laughing at me working out in the gym? Like why is that? Because just to piggyback on your story, Sinclair, even I thought this to myself, just like, why is the first emotion that you could think of as a black person to another black person to belittle them or laugh at them, or, you know, give them that type of energy? Why isn't it a positive energy, like, hey, True, oh yeah, bro, I see you working out, that's what's up, bro, I see you lifting weights, I see you trying to get healthy, salute, bro. Why can't it be positive energy? Why is the first thing that we receive is negative energy? You know? And I didn't feel no way about it. I didn't feel no way about it, but it did make me wonder, like, why do we do that to one each other? And I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I've never done it, because I've done it before too. I'm not gonna lie, I've done it before too. I've done it to my friends, I've done it to my family members, I've done it to my cousins. I've done it before. So I'm guilty of it as well. But why do we do that to one another? Why do we have an appetite for garbage, for nonsense, for contention, for debauchery, for the ratchetness? Do we have an appetite for it? Because I think he kind of, you know, talks about it. You know, it's almost the same appetite at work. You know, you have this terrible appetite. You know, you gotta think, you know, black people, we have some of the worst appetites on planet Earth. You know, the fried chicken, the soul food, or we have some of the worst dietaries of all, right? And is it just a bad appetite at work? A bad appetite, you know, you're putting all these poisonous foods into your body, and then, you know, maybe it's something you feel self-worth wise, where you feel like you have to hurt someone or down someone, or you want to see drama. It's almost hard to even explain a lot of this stuff. You know, this is a deep conversation, though. You know? Fajab says, black men, vote Trump 2024. I'm not gonna lie, that's a whole nother video some other time. That's a whole nother video. I'm still debating if I want to vote. I do want to vote this year, because I like to do jury duty. I haven't done jury duty in a very long time. So I think that I possibly may vote this year just to do jury duty, because I like to do jury duty, and I may vote for Trump. I ain't gonna lie. If Trump is on the ballot, I may vote for Trump. I'm strongly considering it. Reese says, are you talking about Apple Vision, Apple glasses? Fred says, effing haters. Sinclair says self-sabotage. You know, that may be it. That may be it. You know, it's just something to think about. You know, something to think. You could apply it to different other, because I've seen these types of issues in the Hispanic community as well. I've seen the issues in different other, like, you know, minority communities, but it is something to think about. You know, it is something to think about. Let's run that back again.
They have taken their L's and they have healed them. Said, you ain't.
I just want to get into the point of, you know, what black women are doing today. What are black women doing today? Black women, not black females, but black women. What are they doing today?
Deal with the real thing, the authentic thing. Let me tell you what black women are doing right now. They're taking care of their children. They are partnering with their men to make sure that their children are going to be exemplary models for the generation coming after.
Now let me just stop right there. I want to just talk about this a little bit more. Salute to KUVF. Salute, sir. KUVF, he says, LOL, there is no difference besides age. Voting does not matter. You're not gonna vote this year, KUVF? Vote, listen, does voting matter? It depends. It may matter depending on your state. Maybe you live in a swing state. Maybe you live in like a Florida or like a swing state somewhere, and your vote does matter. Now, if you live in Texas or you live in like New York, yeah, your vote doesn't matter. I agree. Your vote means absolutely nothing. If you live in New York or you live like in Texas, your vote does not matter. It absolutely means nothing. But if you live in a swing state, if you live in like a Florida or like, places that, may swing to the left or may swing to the right, your vote does matter. And that point, and maybe your vote matters to the general populace, maybe to the, Joe Biden, he has this amount of electoral votes, but maybe Trump has the popular vote, so he can say, well, more people voted for me. You may have the electoral votes, but the majority of Americans voted for me, so I should have the nominee. I should have the presidential nominee. But it's something to think about. Fred says it's heavy in the Latino people community. Yeah, I seen some because listen, I grew up like I didn't have a black friend until like middle school. All of my friends were Hispanic. All of my friends were Dominican and Puerto Rican. And I've seen some of the same issues that they've dealt with. They've dealt with a lot of the same issues that the black community deals with. They really do. Just with that, self-worth and just a lot of negative mindset and just negative outlooks and just, an appetite for, garbage. I see the same things. Reese says this guy thinks he's Dr. Umar. You talking about me or you talking about Shaka Utmost? This is Shaka Utmost. He's from the comedic community. I know y'all not familiar with the conscious community and Sinetta. I know Black News 102. But this is our brother from the conscious community. He's a comedic spiritual. What's the word? The comedic spiritual researcher. Let's say that. You know what I mean? And he's from that community, and he's just talking about this. Just something to think about. Or the guy in the video. Okay, I thought you were talking about. Yeah, man. But that's real though. But in regardless of what I was saying in terms of, black females, let me just run back to the black female point real quick, just for 1 second. Why don't we see, and you can kind of put this to the Hispanic community as well. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I've seen this in the Hispanic community as well. And I have to ask this question: why don't we see black females that are, because I've seen it, holding up the mantle for that, I'm a single parent, I'm a single mom, I do it all myself, even to the point where I've seen, black females, getting happy Father's Day cards from their sons and daughters. Where are we at in society where black women are getting Father's Day cards from their kids? Where are we at in society where that's happening? Where are we at in society where that's happening? Why don't we see black females as in Kemet, Black Kemet, yeah, Egyptologist, yeah, exactly. I know a little bit about ancient Kemet. I know a little bit about it. Not too much, but I know a little bit about the Kemetic culture and stuff like that. I know a little bit. I'm not no I'm not no like I don't know that much, but I know a little bit about it. Yeah, but I don't understand that. I don't understand like why are we doing that, to the black community, because it kind of hurts the black community where black women are getting Father's Day cards from their kids. Like, where are we at? Like, why is that happening? Why aren't we seeing these black, female women, shack up with some man? Like, let's say if the father's not around, or the father let's say that, because a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not gonna say every black man take care of his kids, or every black male take care of his kids. That's not true. Okay, some black men do take care of their kids. Some black males don't. Okay, but I've seen where black females champion, I'm a single mother and I do it all by myself and I don't need no man. Keep in mind, you may have a man that wants to help, that wants to facilitate, that wants to protect, that wants to do everything to provide for you and your kid. But you emphatically are saying, I don't need a man, which ultimately is hurting the kid, because the kid doesn't have that support system. The kid doesn't have, those two parents, those two energies, that male energy, that male masculine energy, and that nurturing female energy to come together to ultimately parent this kid and give him a better life. And what happened? 9 times out of 10, the kid suffers from it. The only person that becomes a victim out of that is the kid. Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. Reese is talking about the genders. He's saying now Father's Mother's Day. Yeah, with the gender wars and that's a whole nother video. Sinclair says, but what does the child need? I think that every black child, this is just my opinion, I think that every black child needs a black father and a black mother. You need both energies. You need that male masculine father energy, and you need that feminine nurturing energy. You need both. Just because a woman can raise a child by herself doesn't mean that she should do it. I'm sure I could drive my car with my feet. I don't think that's a good idea, though. I'm sure if I jumped off my roof right now, that I'd probably would be safe. I probably wouldn't break every bone in my body, maybe a few, but that doesn't mean I should do it. Just because it sounds like a good idea doesn't mean that you should do it. Reese says, check-in, are you still a sexy red hater? Absolutely. I am a sexy red hater. You know why I'm a sexy red hater, Reese? Because sexy red represents every negative aspect of what black females are today. She does. She represents it. She's a single mother. She has reckless sex with any dusty dude she could find. She carries herself like a ratchet, stumble bum. Common ghetto riffraff. Street trash. She dresses like a hooker. She got her ass out twerking every time you see her, just with no respect, no coof, no type of honor. She represents every negative aspect of black female life. She truly does. She represents every negative aspect of black female life. I can't think of anything redeeming to say about her. Like, what is, outside of her making some money, like outside of her making some, money for doing music, what can you really say that, did y'all see the video? I forgot to do a video on that. Did y'all see the video when she went up to the school again? She went up to another school. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. Y'all might make me have to switch the whole show and talk about her, man. Sinclair says, drag out your mattress and tuck and roll. It would make great content. Did y'all see the video when she went up to another school? Cause before, she was catching a lot of flack. Like, this is when she first jumped on the scene. Just to jump off a different topic for a second. When she first hopped on the scene, like this was like the first 4 months when she was popping. She went to a school, right? So all that passed, she got a lot of flack for that. Recently, maybe 2 weeks ago, she went to another school and got invited. And she's outside in the sunroof of a car blasting music, and the kids are all around her. And she got into not the teachers, but the principal said, no, we're gonna have to cancel this appearance because we don't think it's a good idea. Which was a great idea. Was probably somebody had some type of coof and said, yeah, we don't need this woman up here because she's a bad representation, which she is. I'm guessing maybe one of the parents probably found out that she was probably supposed to come up there, but it was a little bit too late because she went up there. She went up there and was in the parking lot with the kids and turning up, blasting music, and it just dog, why does she keep getting requests to come up to the school? Do you really want young black women, or not even young black women at this point, because there's young Hispanic women, there's young white women that are looking at this girl and thinking that that's something that they should be. Young black women looking up to this girl like, oh, I want to be that. I want to be the next Sexy Red. I want to be out here having sex tapes on, on Twitter and getting smashed out by some Dusty, dressed like a hooker, and get pregnant and you don't know who the baby daddy is. That's just bad representation, man. It's just bad representation all through and through. Fred says, Sinclair, a child needs both parents. And Sinclair says, I agree. I agree too. Yeah, true. Listen, man, every kid needs both energies. They need that masculine energy. They need that feminine energy. You need both to raise a child. What's the common phrase? It takes a village to raise a child, man. It takes a village to raise a child, not a single parent. And when you think of that phrase, it's encompassing everyone. It's saying everyone needs to raise this child. The mother, the father, grandma, auntie, right? The uncles in the community, right? The uncles in your family, the elders in that community. It takes that village to raise that child, not just one single parent. It takes work to raise that child. That's a fact. So, I just feel like, black females, they have to get off of that whole, oh, I'm a single mom and I do it all. I cook and I'm the mother and I'm the father. Like, come on, man. Come on.
Oh, power room, you going to bed, nigga.
Come on. You are a woman. You cannot be a man. Well, respectfully speaking, I don't know if you're down with that rainbow, but if you're not subscribing to the rainbow, you know what I mean. If you're not subscribing to that rainbow, you know what I mean, okay? You know what I mean, right? But all in all, listen, the difference between black women and black females, the difference, There is a difference. There is a difference, and we have to speak to it. I have to speak to it, and ultimately, let me get off this video because, I think I said my piece on it. He pretty much said his piece on it as well. But ultimately, listen, black men and black women have to work together. I even seen something on, on the Shade Room. Yes, I look at the Shade Room. And you see, black women and black men. I'm not gonna just throw it on black women. I'm also gonna throw it on black men as well. But just involved in the gender wars, not the race, but the gender wars. There's like a whole gender war thing going on where people want to be involved in the gender wars. We gotta get rid of these gender wars. We gotta stop beefing with each other, and we have to work together. It's time to work together. It's time to stop, hating on one another. Just like I said, it takes a village to raise a child, It's going to take more than just that single mother to raise that child. We need everybody to raise this child. We need everybody to be involved in this, But there is a difference between a black woman and a black female, man. I'm sorry. Just like I said, it's a difference between your father. Listen, your father, my father and my grandfather, honorable men, great men. The example of what a man should be, the example of what a father should be, the example of what a grandfather. I had great male role models in my life, right? Salute to them. Hold on. Took that up. I had great male role models in my life, right? So it goes to what I'm saying. You wouldn't necessarily look at a Sexy Red and say Sexy Red is an example of a great woman. You wouldn't compare Sexy Red to a Coretta Scott King. Most of us would be mortified that you would even put those two women in the same breath. I know I would. I know I would, I know I would. But all in all, we have to work together. Okay? We have to work together. Black men and black women, we have to work together. Bit, you had their influence and their opinions mattered. Some people don't have that. I agree. I agree. I agree that some people don't have the they don't have that. They don't have that role model. They don't have that, they don't have the role model. I understand that and I get it, but we have to work to be better. We really do. We have to work to be better. I understand if somebody didn't teach you how to be a man, somebody didn't teach you how to be a good woman, then you ultimately probably won't be able to get there. But we have to find some, we have to do some things to help out. We have to get out of that. We have to get out of it. Eventually, the caterpillar has to grow into a butterfly. Sinclair, would you not agree? Eventually, the caterpillar has to grow into a butterfly. You have to elevate. You have to evolve into these things. I understand that you're not there now, and I'm not calling for these women, or excuse me, not these women, because there's a difference. Well, I'm not calling for these females to, just to get there, today or next week. But ultimately, you need to be working to get there. Especially if you have an understanding, because you got to think there's some females that don't think that they're elevating or evolving or becoming those women that they wish to be. You know, they're not ultimately there. But eventually, you know, you have to do the work to get there, you know? You gotta find those positive role models, those positive female role models, those positive male role models. You gotta find them things, you know? But it's I understand what you're saying. I agree. I do agree with that though. Because, you know, if you don't have it, if you don't have that representation, then it's going to be hard to get there. I do understand that. I do. But I mean, ultimately, it's just crazy, man. The difference between black females and black women. What are you? Are you a black woman? Are you a black female? What are you? What do you identify as? Do you identify as a powerful, smart, intelligent, you know, wise, hardworking woman? Or do you feel like you're more of the black female type? You know, you like to drink a fifth of Casamigos every Friday night. You like to have reckless dumpster sex, you know, at the club. You have, you're a single parent. You know, you're currently pregnant right now, and you don't know who the baby daddy is. You're trying to figure that out at the moment. What are you? Are you a black woman or are you a black female? We need to know tonight. Sinclair says, most people don't play the long game. They settle for trinkets and instant gratification. I agree. They do. They do. That's a fact. You know? That is a fact. Most females, that, you know, they're not looking for that man to, you know, ultimately guide them. They just looking for, you know, a nice little some D on a Saturday night. Oh man, I'm not looking for no man. I'm still young. Keep in mind, she's 35 with 2 kids. Talking about I'm still young. I can still turn up. Oh, you need a man. I agree. Most people do just want the, you know, the instant gratification, you know. Most respectfully black female, they just looking for some D on a Friday night or a Saturday night, you know. They're not looking for no man to help lead them, you know, get married, you know, have a, you know, get a house with a nice picket fence and, you know, be that wife that they ultimately wanted to be. They don't want that. They just want a hot bottle of Casamigos and some dumpster sex. That's all she want.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
That's all they want. All they want. You know? Still turning up, you know, still got that fifth of Casamigos, gripping it tight. You know, got your babies at home, they crying, where mommy? Where mommy at? Where's mommy? Is mommy still at the club? Mommy, you went to the club last week. Just shut up, just shut up. What was that popular phrase back in the day? Mama need love too. Mama got a life too. Remember that? That's real spill, man. That's real spill. That's how it is though, man. You know? Some females, they're not looking to be that, you know, that woman one day, you know, to be that wife or to be that, you know, that woman that wants to work with another man to, you know, to ultimately reach their goals together, whether it be being married or whether it be, you know, being homeowners, whether it be, building a business, whether it be, whatever it may be, different goals and different aspects. Some women, some females, they're not looking for that. They're just looking for, instant gratification. They just want some D, and some D and a nice little night at the club, bottles of Casamigos, maybe a blunt or some Reggie. Couple pills, couple perky pills. They satisfied with that. Sinclair says, I'm stunned people will have nails and chains, but have a 8-year-old garbage disposal in a rickety car. Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen people do that too. I've seen that too. Like their hair and their nails would be impeccable. Like it'd be a woman. There's actually there's actually a girl at my job that applies to, because she comes in every week. Her hair be done. She be doing her hair every week, it seemed like, and her nails be nice too. Her nails be real nice. But I see she's driving like a 1995. I think it's a Civic. It's either a Civic or a Malibu. She's literally driving a 1995. Like, that car is almost 30 years old. Think about it. It costs like, to get your hair done. I'm gonna say, if you got the weave might cost you like $80. To get all the work done, to put it in and all that. Let's round that out to like maybe let's say like $280. Let's say $280. Then you gotta get your nails done. If you get your nails done, you gotta get your feet done. So that's gonna run you like, let's say like 100 and some change, maybe like 120. But you driving this 1995 clunker. This 1995 clunker that's, so it's like one of the remember the car from the Flintstones where he was running, had his feet on the road running while he was handling. You damn near driving one of those. Too crazy. That's how it be though. That's how it be. Ultimately how it is, man. Yeah, but I'm gonna close out, man. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I just want to come on here and just talk about this topic. I ain't gonna lie, I was about to do a music review show, but then I was like, I don't feel like sitting here listening to a bunch of music right now. I wasn't in the mood. I was like, man, I just wanna sit up here. I just wanna sit on the computer and rant. I just wanna rant. I don't feel like listening to a bunch of people's music tonight. So that's what ultimately said, because I've had this video for a while. This video is on my TikTok. It's on my TikTok, and people have watched it. It went viral. But I was like, let me talk about this, because I've always went back to this video, because a lot of things that he said in that video, it kind of resonated with me. A lot of the points that he had in that video resonated with me. So I was like, let me just talk about this and just rant about this. It went viral one time when people was talking about it. It got crazy to one point where it was just so many women on there. They were absolutely hating on him. Oh my goodness. They were hating on him. They did not want to hear what he was talking about, man. So I thought it was just best that I come in here and talk about this, man. Why not? Oh, nah. They said that. Fred said, don't let her catch this episode. Nah, she don't follow me on YouTube. I think I'm good, I think one of my exes, they've been spying on me, looking at my stuff. I think they've seen some things that I've said, because she's recently blocked me. So I think she probably saw something I said from back in the day. It's all good. Priorities, bro. Yeah, but I'm gonna say good night to y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed night. Y'all have a good night. Tomorrow I'll probably do a music review show. I'm gonna see how I feel about it. I don't know. I haven't been really in the mood. The last time I did it, I wasn't really in the mood to do it. So I'm gonna see how I feel tomorrow. If I'm in the mood to do it, I'll do it. But I can't say that I will or say that I won't. But I guess, we'll see. But hope you guys have been entertained as well as enlightened. I am your host, True and Livin. Shout out to Sinclair. Shout out to Reese. Shout out to Nelly. Shout out to Fred. Shout out to everybody. KUVF. Salute to everybody that came through. Salute to everybody that was in the clouds. Salute to everybody in the rebroadcast. We out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed night. We out.
Reppin' the road, foreign status with my name on their toes. These status amounts me honestly, put the seat back in the Odyssey.